You don't get to be the villain and the victim. You don't. That is not how this works. You don't get to vote Cruella de Vil in the office and then walk around asking where all the puppies went. You know where they went. You voted Cruella in. That's where they went. So we gonna laugh. Oh, we gonna laugh. We gonna have a hearty chuckle at your expense.
Hey, shout out to all of our new subscribers and members here on the channel. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. I'm just kidding. It's the holidays. Now is the time for gratitude. Now, while I'll be the first to admit we are facing a uncertain future, there's plenty to be grateful for. And by the way, I'm trying to show that with my gear on this particular day. Discouraged, depleted, but never defeated. Like the fact that the leopards have been chowing down as of late. Oh yeah, these leopards been eating faces.
Me. I never thought the leopards would eat my face. No, I never thought the leopards would eat my face. Well, I turned my back on my own kind, but I somehow thought that I'd be fine. No, I never thought the leopards would eat my face.
Tell me again how you and the Arby's in your pants are representatives of the GOP. And that's something we can only expect to continue as we get closer and begin a new Trump administration with all of these pick-me's vying to secure their spot. Speaking of which, we are just at the beginning of the FAFO movement, and already so many people have found out.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok Live, and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family, and that I'm black, I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation, I love the MAGA family, and that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote? Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken. And MAGA family, I don't want to spend Thanksgiving alone. Is there please anyone that I could spend Thanksgiving with? I have no family, so I would love to spend Thanksgiving with somebody. Please, thank you.
Oh, the way I'm fully convinced that America is in its fuck around and find out era. Y'all voted for Trump because you thought that you were broke and you were going to get rich. I have news for you. You're about to be even more broke. According to the IRS, undocumented immigrants paid a total of $96 billion in taxes in 1 year, and it'll take an estimated $88 billion to deport them. We are estimated to lose a total of $200 billion just by deporting them, which we obviously can't afford. An estimated 1.7 million undocumented workers currently work in the food and agricultural industry. Did you know that? If we get rid of them, we have unharvested crops and decreased food production. What happens when we lose the workers who are actually harvesting our food that we eat? Our food prices will skyrocket. Did you know that 63% of our fruit and 40% of our vegetables in the United States currently come from Mexico? Now we're adding tariffs to that, which makes it even more expensive. That is, if we can get some to even harvest them. Oh, and if you thought Trump was going to reduce the housing costs, you are high. What exactly do you think is going to happen when we add tariffs to the majority of cement and lumber products which come from Canada? And who works in construction? Immigrants. Approximately 40% of them are undocumented, who you're trying to kick out. But you voted for him because you thought he was good for the economy.
You won. Get over it. You don't get to play backsies now. You don't get to claim exception. This is what you wanted. We're in the find out stage now.
Texas is now in the find out stage of Donald Trump's policy, specifically his plan to deport immigrants, as alarms are going off in the construction industry inside Texas that they will lose half of their workforce. One CEO said this, quote, "It would devastate our industry. We wouldn't finish our highways. We wouldn't finish our schools. Housing would disappear. I think we'd lose half the labor," unquote. Where were they during the campaign? Donald Trump has been saying he was going to do this for months, for years now. He was serious about it. It just boggles my mind that the whole time he is saying it, they must have known this could be the outcome, and yet they stayed silent. They stayed silent, and now they want to worry. It's as if they wanted him in his office, hoping they could stop him from doing all of his destructive plans, just so Kamala Harris wouldn't become president. Well, welcome to the find out stage with the rest of us. We were already prepared. We knew this was coming. For you, this may be a different experience, but welcome to it.
Again, MAGA needs to stop talking. Stop talking. Who is the poorest in the nation? Republicans. Who is the most financially dependent in the nation? Republicans. Who is the most uneducated? Has the worst schooling systems in our nation? Republicans. And who voted for the highest tax demographic for their own states? Republicans. So once again, the most uneducated and poorest part of our nation thought that they knew better than all of our academics in the globe. And you voted for a con artist that got y'all to vote for the highest tax demographic for your own fucking party.
FAFO on TikTok is the greatest thing that happened to the internet in I know 10 years. When I say I done laughed, I have laughed till I've cried. Watching these MAGA people figure out how bad they messed up in real time, it really is a thing of beauty. And I got word today that they have issued a warning that we better stop. That this FAFO thing needs to calm down, and we need to stop making fun of them and laughing at them. They don't want to be laughed at. It's not funny. There are consequences. You talking about the consequences we told y'all about before y'all voted like this? Because we're not laughing at the consequences, because ultimately we are going to have to suffer the consequences of your actions. We are going to have to suffer for your uninformed and ignorant vote. So we're not laughing at the consequences. We are laughing because we told you. And you didn't listen. And now you all over there acting befuddled, bewildered, and confused that things are happening as we said they would. We are laughing at the sheer amount of people that have Googled, how can I change my vote? The fact that y'all don't know you can't change your vote is not only funny, it's sad, and I really don't have words for it. And we're going to keep laughing. We're going to laugh for the next 4 years at y'all stupidity. We're going to laugh. Because we told you. We warned you. We explained. We did everything that we were supposed to do. And y'all still did what y'all wanted to do. So yes, we gonna laugh. Because what you don't get to do is be the villain and the victim. Pick a side and be on it. You don't get to be the villain and the victim. You don't. That is not how this works. You don't get to vote Cruella de Vil in the office and then walk around asking where all the puppies went. You know where they went. You voted Cruella in. That's where they went. So we gonna laugh. Oh, we gonna laugh. We gonna have a hearty chuckle at your expense. So deal with it. Great day.
Speaking of gratitude, I gotta send a shout out to Matt Gaetz's co-workers for pressing the issue and getting him run out of the attorney general spot. I mean, you gotta really, really hate your coworker to mess up his next job. I mean, we've all had a coworker that we didn't like. And when you hear they get a new gig, you're like, how did that happen? He was the most out-of-pocket one here.
Because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night.
But typically we just have to deal with it, and that'll be a question that remains unanswered for eternity. But in this case, they were so upset and bothered, they made enough noise, they marched themselves over to his new gig.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with President-elect Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General Matt Gaetz suddenly bowing out today. Gaetz issuing a statement saying his confirmation was, quote, unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump Vance transition.
I gotta say touche. Touche to all Matt Gaetz's co-workers. You gotta be a real problem at work for them to mess up your next job.
Hey, Lisa Kovac, it's your favorite former Congressman Matt Gaetz. I just wanted to thank you for being a longtime patriot, for supporting President Trump through thick and thin. And I know you were bummed out when the news broke that I wouldn't be the next Attorney General. We did get a great replacement in Pam Bondi. She's going to do an awesome job. You have nothing to worry about. But hey, listen, I'm still going to be in the fight for you and your family. And I know things are tough right now dealing with your car and Bruce, and I wish him a very speedy recovery. So next time you visit Florida, as everyone should do very frequently, make sure to pay a visit with your lovely Aunt Kathy. Stop by and say hello. Also say hello to your mother, Carol, for me, and have a Merry Christmas. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. And this is just such an exciting time to be an American. Hey, this is Matt Gaetz, and I wanted to wish a very happy birthday to Matt Wallace. Enjoy your special day. I hope you drive your remote control car Dixie well, and that you never again have to say, my Dixie wrecked. That's not something you want to say.
Talking about gratitude, how about no Tim Scott or Byron Donalds in the cabinet?
But that does not mean I'm not going to do other things in the future.
Has he asked you?
No, there's some other things that I'm looking at going forward.
Like?
I'm not going to talk about them now.
We do this every time.
We're not going to break news now,
I would like
Laura.
to ask you, Governor
We're not gonna break
of
news.
Florida.
Oh, I've been there before, and recently, right before I started my YouTube channel. Hey, Reese, what you doing? What you doing these days? Well, you know, I'm consulting it's a lot of things. I got a lot of possibilities. I got right now. A lot of people hit me up. Yeah, it's you know, just because I'm not on air right now, don't mean I won't be doing some things in the future, huh? Does it surprise me that I was? No, it doesn't. It doesn't surprise me. No, it doesn't surprise me. But you know, we're not gonna break news right now. You know, I'm not gonna break news right now. You just got follow. You can follow me at Reese Waters on all my. So I'll let you know.
My passion is making sure that we defend our current seats and expand the map and expand our majority so that President Trump does not have 2 years with a Republican majority in the Senate. He has 4 years in control of making sure that America's agenda comes home to each and every household.
You're gonna cry in the car.
All that shuffling for nothing. Didn't get no stale biscuits, didn't get no dry biscuits, didn't get no mildewed biscuits, didn't get no moldy biscuits. No biscuits. And also thereby providing a valuable lesson to all of us. That is how pick-meism ends, to all of those people that are allowing the leopards to work through them and eat faces all up and through Maga. This is how pick-meism always ends. You have taught people that they don't have to give you anything, not even basic respect.
Byron Donalds, Florida. Wow, that's nice to have you here. That's good. That one is smart. You have smart ones and you have some that aren't quite so good.
I'm grateful for C-SPAN, which I guess means it's time for me to start applying for AARP benefits. I used to make fun of C-SPAN. As a kid, I used to make C-SPAN and McNeil Lehrer NewsHour. I used to make fun of, like, when old people would put that on. It was time to get scarce. Now I react to a hot C-SPAN link like somebody just came with a fresh pack of now and laters. Like, I remember my moderator, Ms. Ross, sent me a C-SPAN link of Jasmine Crockett, and I literally was Harlem shaking in my chair. Like, I'm out here dancing like I got a new Tinder match or something. It's wild. Shout out to C-SPAN. I never knew I would ever get to a point where I appreciated you.
But we are debating legislation that denies the sky is blue, water is wet, and racism is real. The major provision of the bill says to ban anything that acknowledges racism. And a few pages later, in the exact same bill, there are multiple provisions discussing the presence of racism. This Republican approach is as predictable as it is nonsensical. On one hand, they're saying that racism does not exist. On the other hand, they are saying there is rampant reverse racism. Well, how do you reverse something that never existed in the first place? Riddle me that.
I don't think you know what you're here for. Well, you the one talking about. I
think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Well, it's not going to work. And with that, I yield back.
You know, every so often, Mr. Garcia, maybe you could just lift up that picture of our President Trump sleeping. As you say, I think he's praying. But if he is sleeping, you know, he certainly looks pretty while he sleeps.
I am grateful for Elon Musk's gym teacher, because if you would have done your job properly, we never would have got this level of entertainment.
Rocket company is the only reason we can now send America astronauts into space. Take over, Elijah.
Jump again. Jump again. There we go. You jumped very high. It was good. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, the fact that he got to this point in life without the ability to properly operate his own body is a great mystery, and one that I hope we never get to the bottom of, because it is too entertaining. While we're on the topic of Elon Musk, though, I'm grateful for Blue Sky. Finally, I have a place where, with Blue Sky and Fanbase and Threads and some of the other apps, finally I have a place where I can post my thoughts without the reaction being that of a Confederate war reenactment. I very much appreciate the ability to flee from X. It must have been that term and condition that said that you can't boost your own feed.
February 12th, 2023. Ahead of the Super Bowl, both Musk and President Joe Biden tweet their support for the Philadelphia Eagles. Biden's tweet is seen 29 million times, Musk's just 9 million times. Incensed, Musk leaves the game early and calls an impromptu meeting of Twitter engineers at 2:36 a.m. Their job? To change the Twitter algorithm to artificially inflate the reach of Musk's tweets by a factor of 1,000, making him the preeminent presence on the site.
I'm grateful for the dictionary last used by Jasmine Crockett to pull up the real definition of oppression.
But you consistently said over and over the word oppression, and every time that you said it, it was almost as if I was hearing nails on a chalkboard, because it seems like you don't understand the definition of oppression, and I'd ask you to just refer to Google to help you out. Oppression is the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. That is the definition of oppression. And so as I sit here as a black woman who practiced civil rights, let me tell you the reason that my colleagues wanted to make sure you understood the same black history that your side of the aisle wants to delete out of classrooms is because you can then misuse words like oppression. There has been no oppression for the white man in this country.
And considering how much up is down and left is right, the dictionary is something which we're going to have to lean into extremely heavily as we go into a second Trump presidency, the actual meanings of words, because they absolutely like to react as if we don't know the meanings of words. They do love to do that. Here's your definition, and I'll even use it in a sentence.
So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
We love you.
Okay, 4PF. We've been 4PF.
Come here, let me give you a
Please do.
I'm grateful for the fact that Melania was able to renegotiate her prenup and apparently won't be moving to DC. I think everybody in DC appreciates one last caravan moving around the city that caused everything to be locked down. I think we all appreciate that. While we're showing gratitude with Trump, I am grateful for his love of McDonald's.
Hey, I'm having a lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Hello, everybody.
You can take this, right?
Yeah, I am, because they've been saying for the longest time that McDonald's was put in the black communities because it's so unhealthy. You create all sorts of health problems all across the black community. Well, we gonna see. Yeah, we definitely gonna see. We definitely gonna get to the bottom of that. And if you had a problem with Trump, you would want him to eat nothing more than McDonald's. So touche with that one. I'm grateful for cell phones. Yeah, cell phones have proven themselves to be extremely valuable. They did up and through 2020, but certainly given some of the displays that we've seen recently, those are going to become increasingly critical. Yeah, we gonna need that cell phone footage.
Y'all done?
It's time to be real. We in 2024. Come on, how many years do we got to go through this?
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist.
Federal authorities are investigating a series of racist text messages sent to black people across the country. According to reports, the messages were sent anonymously to people in several states, including Maryland, New Jersey, Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, Nevada, New York, and South Carolina. While the content of the racist messages vary slightly, most include references to slavery, telling people to arrive at a particular address with all their belongings, and telling the participant they had been, quote, selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation, end quote.
Maybe not all use of cell phones is going to be good. Yeah, maybe not all use of cell phones is going to be good. But we have other recording devices that will be useful to us as well. So, yeah, some of this local footage is also going to be critical.
If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African.
I, for one, am grateful that presidencies are only 4 years long. And in fact, we have the 2026 midterms to look forward to, which might mitigate some of the damage that we just saw in November. You know, assuming that we have another election and all, assuming he actually signs that clause that said that he will abide by the Constitution. That remains to be seen. Which is a crazy place to be. Let's all say that.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Something ain't right. Last but not least, it is holiday season, and I, for one, am grateful for holiday music. That's right, the sounds of the holidays.
Without your bravery, we're all out of luck. You know this can't be denied. You gotta be special.
But wait, there's more.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down.
She recently released a cover of the song I Won't Back Down. Upon hearing it, Tom Petty died again. I can't believe I'm saying this to a member of the Trump family, but maybe stick to politics?
Thank you guys so much for watching the video and supporting the channel. Like a lot of you, I'm moving forward one day at a time. A little unsure of exactly what our world will look like. And as far as I'm concerned, that means the media landscape at large, but specifically here on YouTube. And one thing that I did want to do was try and ensure that I could connect with you guys regardless of our evolving world. And two ways of doing that. One is my mailing list. And I send out a newsletter every so often, and you can sign up for my newsletter and get added to the mailing list by sending me an email at reese@reesewaters.com, or you can just sign up at my website, reesewaters.com. The second way is memberships. We launched memberships and it's gone extremely well. I'm trying to drop more and more membership content every single week. And you can find the link for membership in the description to all of my videos, including this one. And that gives me the ability to put out content and connect with you guys completely independent of the algorithm and who's in charge and who's deciding what topic and issue to favor and what to suppress. And so that is something that I think will become significantly more impactful as we move forward into a second Trump presidency. So I got the newsletter and the mailing list. You can sign up on my website, and I also have membership. The link is in the description to this and every video. Again, thanks so much for being a part of this channel. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.